Well, it might not feel like it, but food prices are lower than they were a year ago, and that's the first annual drop in nearly 6 years. Stats NZ said food prices fell overall by 0.3% in the 12 months to June, with fruit and veggies leading the way, down more than 16%. The cost of building a home is also falling, according to one survey. It's down 1.1% in the 3 months to June. That's the first decrease in 12 years. But while we might be winning the war on inflation, experts warn the economy as a whole will be battling for some time. Here's senior reporter Juliet Speedy.
It was only a year ago some fruit and vegetables were almost swear words. But from record high prices, it's the old fruit and veg now front of pack, and the biggest decrease in food prices over the past year.
The likes of potatoes, cabbages, tomatoes, they're all down between 25 and 45% from a year ago.
Fruit and vegetable prices have fallen 16% in the last year. They're coming off the big price increases we saw last year, off weather events and international circumstances.
And it matters.
I haven't been eating fruits and veggies the last couple of years.
Good news for all the families out there, who are struggling to pay for any sort of food.
Everything's so expensive at the moment, so if you can get, healthy food available for family, fantastic.
Fish, meat and poultry also fell.
It's not all good news. Although an annual drop, it's still the third highest price level ever recorded. And some things are well up, like olive oil, up a staggering 45%.
If you're looking to build a cheaper home to cook your cheaper stir-fry in, there's good news there too. Construction costs are also down for the first time in over a decade.
Certainly in terms of what we're seeing with businesses through the construction industry, they're reporting much lower levels of demand. Tradies out there, as they get more hungry for work, pricing work more sharply.
The Cordell Construction Cost Index has recorded a 1.1% decrease in the past 3 months. That's the first recorded drop in its 12-year history. It all points to winning the battle with inflation, but not the overall war. The economy is still under major pressure. Unemployment is rising, and the housing market remains, in the words of some, as cold as ice.
It does also reflect weaker demand conditions across the economy where people are, their budgets have been squeezed pretty heavily over the last couple of years.
The official cash rate remained unchanged yesterday, but economists now say there's a signal for potential cuts, not rises, in the future. At least one major bank chose to cut its rates today.
There is a chance that if inflation and labour market data over the next few weeks comes out to be weaker than expected, then the Reserve Bank can potentially set itself up to be cutting the official cash rate from November this year.
But he predicts a slow economy well into next year.
I think it's still pretty tough times for the economy and for businesses over the next year because while those interest rates are starting to show signs of easing now, I think the sort of weakening labour market will be a theme that continues through the next 12 months or so.
But at least the fruit bowl will be slightly fuller.
Kia ora, Juliet. So what's the advice from economists for Kiwis who are doing it tough?
Well, Sam, can I start with the obvious, and that's leave the olive oil out of the shopping trolley, because quite frankly, that's more suited to the shelves of Gucci than the supermarket at the moment. But there is hope that those interest rates across the board will start to come down, particularly if that OCR shifts later this year. So the advice from economists is if you are fixing a home loan in the next few months, don't do it possibly for too long, because those interest rates should start to come down certainly next year. So although it will undoubtedly be a tough 6 to 12 months going ahead for many, there is a little light at the end of the tunnel, even if that light for now is just shining on a bag of cheaper potatoes.